Hi, I am Manasvi Sharma and I am Vice President Technology for Lowe's. I basically build omnichannel platforms for the company. Now, when you talk about data, it's a very, very integral part of, how a customer takes up their journey. How can we actually influence their behavior? How can we actually provide, with best-in-class service to them? As well as optimizing operations and making ourselves more efficient. Now, data is not something which you capture in silos. I think there has to be a very thought-through strategy around data. It's a very grounds-up exercise. So the capturing of data has to go through the entire customer journey. When you think about systems that need to be built, you have to think from right from the computational layers to data first platforms, to checkout systems, to order management systems, to post purchase systems. So there has to be a very, very integrated journey, and only then you can really leverage data to enhance the customer experience. So I think that's why it is so important to focus on data as a first class citizen. Two parts, right? I think one is a very obvious part of, how do you look at the discovery layer in apps and website. When I say discovery layer, it is, product merchandising, marketing, and search. Right? So for retailers or for anyone who is running a .com site, an e-commerce site, I think search becomes a very, very integral part. But as and when you grow from search to, say, merchandising, your understanding of the customer, how much of first party data do you capture, how much of zero party data that you capture becomes very, very critical in how you personalize those journeys. So merchandising, I feel, becomes a very, very important component. Search, we all understand. I think the more sophisticated you are with your search, how much artificial intelligence you are putting in search, how much are you capturing the user behaviors, cohort behaviors. I think that makes a huge difference. The second, I feel, is around post-purchase journeys and how much personalization you are able to give according to the customer preferences. So you have behaviors. Customers don't want a Sunday delivery. Customers don't want a morning delivery, and so on and so forth. So you need to understand those as well and bubble it up as choices for customers on your apps and websites. For retailers like us, who are high experience, high involvement categories, the journey for a customer really starts, maybe, they are sitting in their living rooms and thinking that, let's change the couch or, let's remodel the room. And from that thought, the first touch point can be digital. And, you just go through that journey of, designing something on the digital channel. And then you go to the store, you talk to the experts there, you modify it, you place something, you create a project out of it, you come back, you talk to your friends and families, and you have more inputs. And then you go back and then you talk to your pro. So there are multiple touch points that, retailers like us have to, think through. So for making an omni-channel journey more engaging, I think we have to meet the customer where they are, right? And it's important for our technology backbone to support those experiences, right? Can we be consistent and seamless in all of those touch points? Can the customer interactions, and when I talk of interactions, right, if I pick up the phone and talk to my customer care, do they really have the context, or do I take 15 minutes to actually really explain that, oh, I had this kitchen project, right? So you really have to think through those journeys with the customer interactions and make sure that there is consistency and seamlessness around that. So I think that's the key. And for that, what we are doing is, at Lowe's, we are building everything grounds up, right? Our platforms are grounds up. Our thinking is very grounds up. Our organization reflects a very omni-channel mindset to really achieve that. And I would not say that, we are accomplished or, we have done that journey. I think we have done a lot of features that you associate with omni-channel, commerce. But we think that we are still far away from a very ideal omni-channel world. right? And I think most retailers are today. One big one is, we find it very, very challenging, and especially retailers of any size, uh, to really think as an organization of data as a first class citizen. We all think of data in silos, right? So it's, just to take an example, there is data. We have captured data in different organizations, and then you typically have a cross-functional team which comes in and tries to stitch up that data. That really doesn't work at a scale at which, say, Lowe's works. We have 2,000 stores or 1,800 stores in the US, and large digital presence. It doesn't work. So we have to really think of data as a first-class citizen. How does your organization reflect it? So there is a lot of organization structuring that you have to do. I think that's one. The second is, Lowe's being a 100-year-old retailer, and a lot of those retail companies that we know of have a lot of legacy systems with them. So it's very, very difficult to actually overcome the legacy systems and get real data out of them. The third is around how you think about PII data, how you think about the regulations around data privacy. And it's important that we are able to process the right consent and also adhere to the right rules, and yet bring personalization closer to a one-on-one style of personalization. So some of the trends that you would see, and especially around PII and third-party data capture. And if you think about it, the trend is that people are moving away from third-party data, given how the privacy laws are coming. It's important to think, more first-party data. Capture or have enough mechanisms to, process that first-party data. And also think about, what we popularly now know as zero-party data as well. How do you actually incentivize and create value for the customers to part with their data voluntarily, so that you can give them some value out of the personalization that you are bringing in. Oh, this is a fantastic platform. I think the people you meet here, the ideas you understand, people are here from all parts of the world, including Australia and Asia and elsewhere. So it's really, really enriching to know what other folks are doing, what other brands are doing. The second, I think it just stimulates you. When you talk to these wonderful people, I think it just stimulates you. You go back with some ideas. I think that's great about this place.